Types of measurements. We have risk and loss. We want to keep risk low. We want to reduce our loss. Generally, by reducing risk, we reduce loss. That's a good thing. We can measure that, easily measured. Here's what we lost last year. Here's what we lost the year before. Here's what we're losing now. If it's a smaller number, that's a good thing. Organizational objectives. We know what we want to achieve. We want to produce 20,000 of this item this month. You know, the traditional widget. Well, if we're making 20,000, we're achieving our goal. If we're making 21,000, well, slow down production, take more coffee breaks, have a good day. If we're achieving 18,000, we're not meeting our goals. We may not be meeting customer demands, and someone's going to say it's overtime, and guess what? You're salaried, not hourly, so no extra pay for you. That's a bad thing. Regulatory standards, we're meeting the requirements of law. You know, we made sure that everyone got paid. We made sure taxes were taken out of their check. We made sure safety was there. We got to run cords across the floor. We taped them down so people didn't trip, break their full neck, which is the type of thing I do because I'm just clumsy. Operational productivity, we are achieving day to day what we should be achieving. We are producing what we should be producing. Operational is day to day. Remember, strategic, long-term goals, tactical, what you do over a few months, midterm goals, operational day to day. So we want to maintain an acceptable level of productivity each day. And so we monitor each day to ensure the next day will be just as good or better. Cost effectiveness, we want to measure that. Security only makes sense if it provides benefit. And the benefit is generally going to be financial. Traditionally, security didn't have its own separate department. You didn't have a chief information security officer in a corporation, except on very large ones. No, security didn't fall under the CIO, chief information officer. No, it was separated from IT and put under the chief financial officer. Security is a financial part of the organization. We audit. Auditing is done by finance. Security is to prevent loss. That's financial. So we're going to look at cost effectiveness. Make sure that we are receiving the maximum bang for the buck. We monitor, audit our controls, audit our processes to make sure they work. Organizational awareness, if people know the right thing to do, they generally do it. And we want people to be security aware. We want to set a culture of security within the organization. We don't want a whole bunch of nervous Nellies wandering around waiting for the sky to fall on them. That's just stupid. We're not promoting fear, we're promoting awareness, situational security awareness. You know, you're walking out to your car, it's dark outside and the lights went out. You know, you may want to ask security to escort you or keep an eye on you as you head out there so you're safe. That just makes sense. You don't go walking out, purse slung over your shoulder, going, oh, my car's at the far side of the lot, it's dark, and this is a really bad neighborhood where 3 of my coworkers got knifed last week. Let me go take a stroll. Don't do that. That's real security. This isn't fear-mongering. It's looking at reality, and we have to be aware. We have to promote security. We have to have people thinking what's safe for the organization, what's the right thing to do. We create a security architecture. We're going to measure it, make sure it's performing the way it should. Remember, we architect, we create a framework to put controls in. We architect so that we save money. We can reuse things. We can use this control in another spot. So it's not being effective here, or it's not as effective. We have greater need for it. We shift it over. We maintain coverage in layers of depth. Yes, we're going to get some overlap, but the overlap is minimized to increase effectiveness, cost effectiveness. Management framework. How are we managing our processes? How are we reviewing? You know, we're looking at how we measure when we look at this. Are we effective there? Are we getting good data back? And finally, operational performance. Are we performing at the level on a day-to-day basis that's expected? If we're auditing, we know this. We're reviewing, we know this. We have good controls. We can ensure that things don't go awry. Remember, we're looking at these controls. We're monitoring them routinely, generally using automated tools or ones that self-report So we know what's happening at any given moment. So if something goes awry, we can fix it before we have compounded errors and have to basically throw away a day's production because the product is bad. We might have 2 or 3 items that are bad, not 1,000 or 20,000 items that have to be recalled. We just pull them off the line, toss them, fix a problem. It's good. We want decent, reliable, consistent operational performance, and we seek to improve it by better controls, better processes.